Hey everyone, welcome back to Wealth Wave. Today, we're diving into a question that's been on a lot of minds lately. When can we expect that fourth stimulus check? You know, the one that could potentially be worth thousands of dollars for millions of Americans? I've been getting this question a lot, and I completely understand why. With so many facing financial hurdles, the anticipation for help is palpable. I've seen this question pop up repeatedly in the comments section over the past few weeks, and I want to take the time to address it thoroughly today. First off, I want to acknowledge your feelings. We all crave answers, especially in these uncertain times. It's frustrating to be in a holding pattern, waiting for that much-needed relief. We're not the same people we were a few years ago, and in this age of instant information, waiting for something as crucial as a stimulus check can feel like an eternity. I've heard many of you say, "I need it yesterday," and trust me, I get it. I'm right there with you. So, what do we know so far? To be honest, we don't have a definitive answer yet. But let's break down the current situation, the options on the table, and why the timeline for this check remains uncertain. The reality is that things are complicated, and there's still a lot we don't know. We'll explore the possibilities, the legislation involved, and where things might be headed. But remember, there's no specific date we can point to and say, that's when the money will hit our accounts. I know that's not what you want to hear, but it's the truth. One of the main reasons for the uncertainty is how the process works in Congress. If you've been following along, you might have heard about the American Worker Rebate Act of 2025. Some refer to it as a rebate check, but it's essentially another form of a stimulus check, similar to the previous ones. It's not a complicated new concept, it's just a way to return funds to the people. This proposal is backed by revenue from tariffs taxes on imported goods. The government plans to use these tariff revenues to fund the checks. If you're not familiar with how tariffs work, now might be a good time to do some research. Now, let's tackle the big question: when is it coming? If you've seen rumors about a specific date, I want to caution you that no one knows for sure. There's a lot of speculation, but nothing has been set in stone. I'll be transparent with you, anyone claiming to know the date is likely just guessing. Even experts are in the dark. The truth is, the stimulus check could arrive at any time, or it might take longer. It all depends on how lawmakers proceed and which legislative vehicles they choose to attach it to. Let's break down some possible scenarios. One option is that Congress could pass this stimulus check as a standalone bill. This would be a straightforward process where lawmakers could gather, agree on the terms, and pass the bill relatively quickly. However, we all know how the legislative process can be unpredictable. Even though this seems like an easy path, it's not guaranteed to happen quickly. Another possibility is that they could attach the stimulus check to a larger piece of legislation. This is a common tactic in Congress, where smaller proposals get bundled into bigger bills to ensure they pass. If they choose this route, it could be attached to major upcoming bills, like the 2026 federal budget, which must be finalized by the end of September. But keep in mind, Congress often delays things, so it's not a guarantee that the budget will be completed on time. If they do attach it to the budget, we could see the check passed in the next few months, but we're still in a waiting game. There's also the potential for it to be included in the next reconciliation bill, which might come as early as September or October. This would allow lawmakers to attach the stimulus check without needing a standalone bill. We've seen similar approaches in the past, so this is a real possibility. However, just because it's a possibility doesn't mean it's certain. If they decide to include it in a reconciliation bill, we could be looking at a timeline that stretches well into the fall or even later. Here's something else to consider: every month that goes by, the government collects more tariff revenue. As those numbers increase, the amount of money available for these stimulus checks could also grow. The original proposal suggested a minimum of $600 per individual, but with rising revenues, that amount could increase over time. This is significant because if they wait longer to send it out, the check could end up being much larger than initially anticipated. For families, this could mean thousands of dollars in stimulus money. Even a couple could receive $1,200. So, while the wait is frustrating, the potential payoff could be substantial. At the end of the day, all we can do is wait. There are many unknowns still in play, and it's going to take time before we have a clear answer. Our patience is being tested here. The days of expecting instant results feel behind us, and it seems like everything is moving at a slower pace. This is especially true when it comes to government action. We're so accustomed to fast everything that waiting for a stimulus check feels like an eternity. But here's the thing, as much as we want answers right now, there's nothing we can do to speed up the process. We just have to keep watching and hoping for updates. And believe me, as soon as I hear anything new, I'll share it with you right away. In the meantime, if you're turning 65 or retiring soon, there's a free resource available to help with your Medicare. If you're one of the 70 million people already on Medicare, this resource is invaluable, especially with annual enrollment coming up soon. They'll help you find the right plans, ensure you're covered, and even help you save money. Just like Harold, who saved $79 a month with a quick phone call, you could save hundreds or even thousands a year by taking advantage of this service. When you reach out, make sure to have a list of questions and a wish list of what you want in your coverage. The more specific you are, the better they can assist you. So, if you've got your Medicare sorted out, or even if you're just starting to think about it, don't hesitate to reach out for that free assistance. And after you do, leave a comment down below using the word chapter, and I'd love to give you a shout out in a future video. Thanks for tuning in to Wealth Wave. Stay informed, stay hopeful, and I'll catch you in the next video.